Welcome back to Second and Short. It is Monday, July 22nd, 2024. MLB play has resumed after the All-Star break. Xander Schauffele won his his second major of the year. Not his fourth. That'd be insane. Won his second major of the year at the Open at Royal Troon today, as we're talking. We're about a month, just over a month, from the first college football game of the season. We're officially beginning the home stretch in the MLB. Got the All-Star break already happened. The trade deadline is 8 days away. There's only 2.5 months before the end of the season. And in football, NFL training camps are underway. So I think I said underwear. Did I just say NFL training camps are underwear?
Underwear.
Well, I guess so. And some have already begun this past week. We are 45 days away from the NFL's opening game. It is about that time, Colin. It is about that time. I'm so excited. Yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff going on. And it's just kind of, it's all coming to that point of the year where it's like, oh, shit, we got everything. We've got college football, NFL. We've got, like even in golf, you have the Tour Championship coming up, and then
It's
obviously
go time.
MLB playoffs getting started around that same time as well. It's the best time
It's
of the
time
year.
to lock in for a sports fan.
Yeah. Literally, October is amazing.
Yeah. Best month to bet in.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. We'll talk about a guy who did some betting, allegedly. Maybe he didn't. And we've definitely talked about him before. Colin loves to.
He's my favorite player.
On the gambling side of things. Yeah. Colin, how you doing today? You shot a great round in your disc golf tournament today.
Yeah, it was a great day. No rain.
Nice.
That was the best thing because it was
Nice.
supposed to pour all day. And then
Yeah, you really lucked out. Big time. No Nathan here today. We got Ethan behind the camera on the ones and twos.
oh shit.
We'll see how that goes.
So sit tight with those guys because it's gonna be a rocky road.
Also, a late night recording because of Colin's disc golf tournament plus eating dinner. But hey, that's how that goes. That's how it goes. It's all good.
When life throws you lemons,
Wait,
you make tea.
they throw the lemons at you?
Yeah. When life.
And then you make tea?
Yeah.
So you already had tea bags.
Yeah.
So you made an Arnold Palmer.
Yeah. No, just tea.
So you made lemon tea.
Yeah, because you dodged the lemons and then you're just making tea.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Okay, we got a couple things to talk. Nobody even heard what Ethan just said, I think. Yeah,
it's going to stay that way.
Yeah. All right, we got a couple things to talk about. We're going to do some MLB second half of the season predictions. I think that's going to be pretty fun. We got a group of 5 preview for college football, which I know Colin didn't get a chance to look through everything, and I also don't expect him to want to in the first place. So I'm going to just take the lead on the group of 5 stuff. We'll have Ethan pull us up a couple of players so that Colin can take a look at them, but we'll just kind of
I'll sit here and
quickly
give a
move through
thumbs
that.
up or thumbs down.
Okay, yeah. That'll work. We got a couple of things that happened in the NFL that we'll talk about, and then quickly talk about Xander Schauffele winning the Open, and then maybe game time. We'll see. I don't think we're going to do game time because we're on a bit of a time crunch, but we will see. And, we'll go ahead and get this show on the road, though. MLB second half predictions. Well, Colin, is there anything outside of like these particular things that you just might think it might happen? What might happen?
Say that again.
Is there anything outside of these categories that I have here that you think might just happen for the MLB?
Probably not.
Nothing's going to happen?
I don't understand what you're trying to say.
I'm asking you if you have a prediction outside of any of these categories that I have. Division winner, maybe somebody making a comeback in the division.
Oh, yeah. Probably.
Or like somebody gets hurt. You could say that.
I mean, yeah, at this rate, the whole Atlanta Braves starting lineup's going to get hurt.
Yeah, that'll work.
Sorry, I just really couldn't understand what you were trying to say.
That's fair. I did. Okay, well, we'll start off with World Series matchup and a winner out of that matchup. This is really tricky because obviously the number 1 team almost never makes it, especially recently. So, yeah, you could just say like, oh, okay, the Guardians are going to win, or the Orioles or the Yankees or the Dodgers, Phillies. Like, you could just say those teams. In the past, it just hasn't been those teams. So, I have Braves Twins as my World Series matchup. I think the Twins are they have the type of roster that just can turn up in the postseason. Got a good mix of young guys, older guys. I think. What?
Braves Twins?
Yeah, I know the Twins seems weird, but wouldn't the Rangers last year have seemed weird?
Not as weird as
The Diamondbacks definitely seemed weird.
Yeah, fair enough. It's just like the Twins.
Yeah, I know it sounds odd, but it's just like they're in one of the best divisions in baseball somehow, and they have the kind of roster that could just show up and be super good.
Fair enough.
Yeah, like what they're 54-44 right now. They're better than numerous teams in the league that are arguably better, but I just think they're consistently like they're good at home, they're good away. They just win. They've just been winning somehow. Like they're better than the Astros who lead their division. So it's like I think the Twins really do have a shot of making something happen.
Fair enough.
All right, what do you think is going to be the World Series matchup?
You're not going to like it.
Okay,
It's two teams you really hate.
fair enough.
It's the Phillies Yankees.
Okay. Look, I would be so mad about that matchup because as much as I hate the Phillies, I don't think I could live with myself recording a podcast with Luke.
With the Yankees?
Yeah,
too?
no, he will be the most annoying person ever.
He'd be like, how'd the Braves do this year?
Yeah. Yeah, because like I've been able to pull that on the Yankees for too long. I can't have the Yankees win the World Series.
Yeah, that's just my prediction.
I think I'd rather just put my head down and just, allow the Phillies to win.
I think NLCS will be Brewers Phillies.
Okay. So really not believing in the Braves, mainly because of injury, I would assume. I don't know. Like Max isn't out for that long.
It's too early to tell, but they're my team, but I'm not gonna just say they're gonna win
that's
everything.
fair. The only reason I'm taking the Braves is because I think we're gonna come in at a lower seed and be able to surprise people.
I'm trying to jinx the Phillies.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. Let's talk MVP predictions. I think Judge is just gonna hold on to it in the AL.
Yeah.
He's just been so good.
I think the only one there's
Gunnar is close.
Yeah, there's two people
Yeah.
that could get him.
Yeah, Gunner's
Gunnar
super close.
and his teammate Juan Soto.
Yeah, that's true. Judge, Soto,
But
Henderson
I
are
think
like
it's
the
gonna
only
be
ones.
Judge.
Yeah.
For a mile.
Yeah. Okay. National League. I think something interesting can happen because right now Shohei's the front runner.
Yeah.
I don't think the voters are gonna love that Shohei's a DH.
Yeah, because it's hard for a DH to win MVP.
Yeah, but we've always said that because they were always losing to Shohei.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know. Like, could they? Because Marcell Ozuna is like 4th in the odds right now. Shohei's number 1, and then the other two are like Bryce Harper and Freddie Freeman.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Freddie Freeman. I think he's the kind of player that can continue to do stuff. He actually just hit a home run earlier.
He's the one that can turn up in the second half.
He can turn up in the second half and just do something, and I think it's surprising that he's even in that position, but I think Freddie's just the kind of player that does that. What the fuck is this? Look up MVP odds, please. Yeah, we'll go to the website. It's called Covers. I don't know if it's showing up there, but Covers is the best one. It's all the betting odds.
Well, my MVP prediction is going yet again to Mr. Bryce Harper.
Okay. Yeah, I think when we did the mid-season stuff, he was definitely the guy, but I think Freddie's definitely making a run at it.
I think Bryce is going to be electric in the second half of the season and really turn his team into a powerhouse going into the playoffs.
Yeah, I definitely can agree with that. Okay, real quick. Why the fuck is Francisco Lindor plus 3,000? That's crazy. And Ellie, honestly. All he does is steal bases.
Yeah, what's he got, like 48?
Probably.
38, something.
Yeah, that's kind of insane. But yeah, I like Freddie for this just because he's the kind of player that does just stay good all year.
Shout out Ketel Marte.
Yeah, Ketel Marte is having a good year.
I just don't think it's good enough to win.
He's not going to be better than any of the guys ahead of him. Like maybe if Marcel falls off, then yeah, he could surpass him, but I don't think he will either.
He's the glue right now for the Braves.
I would love to put Marcel. I just don't think he will.
No.
I don't think the voters like him in the first place, but on top of that,
everyone was giving him so much hate for participating in the home run derby.
Yeah.
Like you read all the comments.
Yeah, but it's also like, yes, we like we said he would change his swing, or like he wouldn't have to change his swing. He would. Like, everybody has to change their swing for the home run derby because you don't step up to the plate like it's a home run derby in a game.
I mean, Marcel might.
I don't think he does.
His swing is pretty home run favor.
Definitely, but I don't think it's a home run derby swing. Because it didn't seem like he was, like, trying to get under the ball a ton. It was just like...
Yeah, because that's his natural bat.
Yeah, so path. Maybe he did change it to be worse. I don't know. Maybe that's what Pete Alonso did, too, because he was bad, too.
Yeah, I know you were happy about that.
Oh, dude.
That was your World Series, was watching him.
That was awesome. Okay, let's talk Cy Young. AL, I think it just stays as Tarek Skubal. I don't know if there's any stopping him. Even the only problem that would stop him is if he gets traded to a National League team.
Yeah, honestly.
That's the only thing. And then he'd probably just go take it in the NL.
Yeah.
So who knows? But he's my AL pick for sure.
Yeah, there's not really anybody else you can say in the AL right now.
No. Like, Ethan, can you pull up those odds, the Cy Young odds? I really do just think it's Tarek Skubal. Like, there are guys in the conversation, but the National League is way more interesting.
I'm sure Garrett Crochet's in the odds for AL.
Yeah. Corbin Burns. Keep forgetting he's in the AL. Yeah, Crochet's up there. Logan Gilbert is an interesting one, but I don't know about him. And Seth Lugo is fun. He's a fun answer.
After Crochet, it's like nobody.
Yeah. Cole Reagans is a tough one because he's pitched really well, but he can't get run support. Like, all the games that the Royals lose is when Cole Reagans is on the mound for some reason because he gives up like 2 runs, but they score 1. Yeah. It's like he just keeps getting screwed. And same goes for Jack Flaherty. He's getting screwed with run support.
He's just on a horrible team.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Tarek Skubal's on the same one.
Yeah. Fair enough. I don't know why I said that.
But, yeah. But, see, Tarek Skubal doesn't allow a single run. Jack Flaherty will allow 1 or 2, and that'll lose him a game. But, yeah, Tarek Skubal, I think, is the surefire for the AL.
Yeah.
A lot of times you don't see an actual favorite in Cy Young at this point in the year. So that's pretty impressive.
And then I think we all
National
know
League's crazy.
Yeah, there's like a fan favorite right now, but there are so many.
Yeah, I genuinely think the top 6 that are showing on our screen right now could win it.
Yeah,
Logan Webb's a long shot, I'd say.
This injury for Max Fried really sets him back.
Yeah, Max Fried gets set back by that, and then Reynaldo Lopez is consistent as they come.
He's a dark horse.
Consistently very good. I don't know if he's Cy Young.
But Chris Sale, on the other hand.
Chris Sale is a fucking animal. And I absolutely love it, but I just think that the media attention for Paul Skeens is just going to get him to that next level.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Like, he is really that good, but then he also is getting all the attention. Like, Sale is getting some attention for this kind of comeback, like, bounce-back season. Zach Wheeler gets no attention because
he just does this every year.
Yeah, he does this every year. He's very good at being the Cy Young runner-up, and that's probably exactly what he'll do. But I think the real race between Sale and Skeens, it's a matter of like, okay, if Sale just keeps pitching like he is, he'll win it. If he slips up once, Paul Skeens can take that spot real quick.
All it takes is for Paul Skeens to come out and throw a no-hitter, and he's got locked
which
in the
he keeps fucking trying to.
I think he would have if manager didn't pull.
Yeah, they didn't let him. Yeah, I thought that was an interesting one in the National League because like Ranger Suarez could even kind of boost himself and get into that conversation. I think Logan Webb and Tyler Glasnow are a little bit different because, well, first of all, Glasnow is injured at the moment, and then Logan Webb, like, there's times where he'll just be really bad for like 4 straight starts.
Yeah, how about that All-Star
game? He just hasn't hit that yet. Yeah, exactly.
He pitched against the best of the best. You got rocked, buddy.
Yeah. Also, he plays on the Giants, so it's not like he's really playing for anything.
4th place.
Yeah. Fighting for 4th place. All right, let's go through some guys who maybe we think could turn some things around, either teams or players.
Okay.
For this, I did 2 players, 1 team. And my player is Randy Arozarena. Ethan, if you could pull up his stats in the first half, because they are a sight for sore eyes. He has been so bad, and the Rays have been so bad. Yeah, batting a very, very cool 212 on the season. Good God, he is bad. How many strikeouts? 96 strikeouts in 95 games. It's a solid just over 1 strikeout a game average. He's killing it. He really is. He is. Yeah, I think he's a guy that's just going to turn it around. He's just so good at ending up at like a 250 plus batting
I
average.
don't think he has a choice.
Yeah, he has to. He has to turn around, or he might just like
go to the Braves.
Yeah, he could get traded. The Rays are really bad.
Really bad.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be all that surprised. Yeah, a cool 49-49. 4th place in the AL East.
All right. I got a player who we could see turn it around.
Okay.
And hometown in Atlanta, it's Austin Riley.
Yeah. I'd love to see him turn it around.
Because I know
Pause.
I keep saying it. So like we saw like some sparks and everything there.
Can you just keep it at the top of the screen? Because we can get his current stats. Yeah. Bigger text.
Yeah. Like before the All-Star break, like
yeah.
He was killing it.
I know.
He started off horrible. And now with all these injuries, he needs to step it up because it's not Matt Olson.
No.
I could honestly say my second player is Matt Olson that needs to step
true.
it up, but I'm not trying to stay on the Braves.
Yeah.
But Austin Riley, yeah, he's batting .261. Great, it's a great batting average.
Yeah, but it's also lower than his career batting average.
Yeah.
Like he's having like career lows for the most part in like most categories outside of his second year in the MLB. So it's like you just need to settle back in, figure some things out, along with almost the rest of this roster in the on the hitting side. Other than Marcell Ozuna, nobody looks good offensively, and another weapon goes down with Ozzy Albies. He just fractured his wrist. So no Ozzy, no Acuna. Now
is Harris back?
I don't even think Michael Harris isn't even back. So it's like, okay, we're missing 3 huge offensive assets. Just help yourselves out.
Yeah.
Be a leader on this team, a veteran on this team at this point, and just step up and make some changes or do whatever you need to do to positively affect this team.
Biggest thing I look at is RBIs because he sits there in the middle of the lineup. He only has 40 RBIs on the season.
Yeah,
Marcell Ozuna has 37 more RBIs than Austin Riley.
That's ridiculous.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you what Riley is doing wrong in particular. I think his approach to the plate is fine.
His approach is good, but it seems like right now he's either hitting a home run or hitting like
he's striking out
a double plays.
He's striking out a lot. 91 strikeouts in 84 games. It's pretty ridiculous. But no, I agree with you. I think it's just something needs to change.
We need a leader in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
That's what we're missing.
Yeah, and we've talked about that before, and it's just like it doesn't seem like anybody's willing to step up.
Yep.
All right, let's look at Corbin Carroll real quick.
His fall off needs to be studied.
Okay, I'm just gonna put it out there. I fucking called this shit, dude. I called that he was gonna have a sophomore slump. Out of all the guys, I said he was gonna have a sophomore slump. Like he doesn't even have a 300 on base percentage. He's batting .211, a .8 WAR. Like he is actually so bad.
Yeah, he's not great.
It's insane. Like, people figured him the fuck out.
Yeah, don't throw him inside.
Yeah, like, Austin Riley's playing bad. At least he's got a 120 OPS plus. Corbin Carroll's OPS plus is at 86.
74 strikeouts? Good Lord.
Brother. Think about how good he was last year.
Dude, he was MVP candidate as a rookie.
Yeah. He was, like, the lock for fucking Rookie of the Year last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 5th in MVP voting last year in the National League. And he's playing this bad. Like, this is like uncharted territories kind of bad for a player of his caliber.
All-Star, MVP, Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
He 5th in MVP. He won Rookie of the Year and was an All-Star last year.
Yeah, and now he turns it around and is just absolutely dog shit. It's crazy.
Now he's probably going to win Shitter of the Year.
Could be. But yeah, I think Corbin Carroll really needs to turn it around. And I think he can. Like, he actually can. He's got to figure something out at the plate because the strikeouts are concerning because he is more of a contact guy.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that he still can't hit for power, even though last year we saw him hit for power in some cases, he's only got 6 home runs. It's like, okay, you can't strike out more than you normally would and hit less home runs and hit for a lower average. What was that? Well, yeah, because he's not getting on. He's not stealing any more base. Like, everything is wrong with Corbin Carroll's game right now because he's not getting on base. Even just like start working on some pitch recognition and just sit in there and like watch some fucking pitches. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but you need to get on base whether you're hitting or not.
What does Brad Pitt always say? He gets on base. Corbin Carroll's not getting on base.
No. Luckily, Ketel Marte is balancing it out, but good
Christian
God.
Walker.
Yeah.
And what, Suarez? Yeah.
Is Suarez even playing well?
Pull it up.
I doubt Eugenio Suarez is playing well in 2024.
He played well against the Braves.
Well, yeah, but so have a lot of people. 213 batting average.
It's better.
It's
better
true.
Than,
yeah, 0.1 more WAR. Oh, and 299 on base percentage. So also does not have. He has 5 more OPS plus. Okay, so no, Eugenio Suarez also sucks.
Fair enough.
Is that your second player?
That'd be an easy layup, but I think I got a pitcher.
Okay.
Ethan, type in Lance Lynn for me real quick.
Oh God, and he looks worse than ever too. He's starting to look bad too. It's crazy. Yeah, negative 0.6 WAR. He's 5-4, 4.39 ERA in 19 starts, 96.1 innings pitched.
This is my next play.
Yeah, no shit. Oh my God. I knew the numbers were bad. I did not realize it was this bad. Yeah, no, it's been a while. He was actually not that bad for the White Sox last year at the beginning of the year.
And then he went to the Dodgers.
But yeah, this guy hasn't been an All-Star since 2021.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Dude, he was in the
He was a Cy Young, top 6 Cy Young 3 years in a row. Good God.
Let's find that gear. Let's get it back. I don't think it's going to happen, but if
he's been around long enough, I think he can hang it up.
The Cardinals want a chance at seeing the playoffs. They need him to lock it in.
Yeah.
Because you got Sonny Gray, you got Miles. That's about it.
That's fair. What is his weight? Just wondering.
280.
Okay, yeah. I thought they were going to, I thought maybe he was going to lie, but no, 280 seems fitting for him. That's coming from a guy who was literally right around that. Yeah. He's also taller, but
this guy who works around where kids lie about their height and weight on profiles.
Definitely. But then again, we did have a kid on the broadcast this past weekend, 6'10". He was goddamn 6'10". He was every inch of it, dude. It was crazy. Dude, it was actually ridiculous. He got hit by pitch twice. It's
kids are scared of him.
He almost got hit in the head on the third at bat.
How?
There's a lot more real estate, man, up and down. Okay. My team that I think needs to turn things around, oddly enough, is the Houston Astros. They're winning their division. They also have the 7th best record in the American League. So I don't know what the deal is because, Jose Altuve is playing very good.
That's what he does.
Alex Bregman, awful.
Yeah.
Actually so bad.
His decline needs to be studied.
Kyle Tucker could use some more work. He's kind of slowed things down. Jordan just hit for the cycle today. Yeah.
What park?
I don't know, Ethan, if you could. Oh, Mariners. Oh, that's interesting. That's not like a big triples park.
That's had to have been like an error or something like that in the outfield.
It can't be an error.
Or a shift in the outfild.
Could have been the shift. Yeah, he could have hit Oppo.
Just hit down the left field line and just took off.
Yeah. Well, no, he's a. Oh yeah, you're right. It would have been the left field line.
Yeah, but if you hit
down
the
tough triple,
you can't
for fucking Jordan Alvarez. Good Lord,
he had to have been moving.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Maybe somebody tripped over their own feet. I don't know, but yeah, I know he hit for the cycle. But Jeremy Pena still is really bad. So the Astros need to figure out something because the pitching's also been really bad. It's taken a turn since Ronel Blanco, which was the first week of the season. Also, was that the last no-hitter? Was Ronel Blanco in the first week of the season? We've only had one all year.
So.
That's insane.
Because the Braves almost had the combined no-hitter.
Yeah. The Pirates lost theirs.
No, I think they took theirs into the 8th.
Yeah, I think the Phillies were close to one.
I don't think anyone else has done a no-no.
Yeah. I'm seeing a couple guys with that go pretty deep into the games. Like I feel like Logan Webb might have had one where he went deep this year. Maybe it was late last year. I can't remember.
No
but
shot.
No, he's pretty good at going deep in the games.
He's good. He's also good at throwing 82 miles an hour.
Well, yeah, that's true. You got a team that you think should turn it around?
New York Mets.
Well, they should. Yeah, are they?
Probably.
I don't know. Me and Ethan just made the exact same sound.
I hope not, but I kind of feel bad for him.
I like this role you're playing today of jinxing people in these predictions. I like this a lot.
I kind of feel bad for the Mets. You know,
how about the Marlins? The Marlins should turn things around. They actually should. Jazz is certainly getting traded in the next week.
There's nothing that can help the Marlins.
No. Dude, they drafted P.J. Morlando, 17like, 17th overall.
And
Nothing
they traded
is
for
helping
Tim
them.
Anderson.
Yeah,
or not
exactly.
Trade, they signed
him. Yeah, they signed him, which is like even stupider. Like, you just threw money at
hopefully
this
for
dude.
a league minimum.
Not a league minimum, but it's pretty low. They signed him for. They certainly got. They might be getting their money's worth.
No.
Honestly. No, they are not getting their money's worth. 1 year, $5 million though for Tim Anderson is fine.
Yeah,
I think that's fine. Obviously, he's not playing up to it, but
another
it's
team,
Tim Anderson.
Another team would be the Royals.
Yeah, they could get better for sure.
Yeah.
They've been just super mediocre.
Hopefully, this Bobby Witt finals round and home run derby just sparks something in him.
He could use it. I think.
Dude, I would have loved if Bobby Witt would have won that.
It was a fantastic home run derby.
It came down to the last ball.
Yeah. What'd you think about it? We haven't gotten your opinion on it yet.
I kind of liked it.
Yeah. So my review was kind of, I liked the new rules. I think it was more exciting, less home runs, more exciting, took longer. Was the problem? It ran for like 3.5 hours. Oh, okay. Well, I did.
I just like
it went too long.
On YouTube. I watched the last round, finals
that's
round.
Fair. All right. Let's talk about the negative side, or maybe the positive side, depending on who you're rooting for. Who's falling off in the second half of the season? Because I absolutely love my first one. Alec Boehm. He's got to fall off.
Really?
He has to. This is not sustainable.
Really?
Alec Boehm being an all-star is not sustainable.
The starting third baseman for the National League.
That's not. No. Can't do it 162 times.
You just don't want it to happen?
No, I just genuinely think there's no way. This is not the Alec Boehm that I know.
I got you.
I've watched him play for 4 fucking years, and all of a sudden he wants to be an all-star.
Yeah.
It's not fair. Well, I guess, Jerks and Profar might have something to say about that, but no, I don't believe in Alec Boehm. I can't. How does Alec Boehm lead the entire MLB in doubles?
He's hitting doubles.
I don't know.
He's finding gaps.
I want him to be bad. Yeah. He has 33 doubles in 96 games. Last year he had 31
Listen, man,
in
he's
145.
locked in.
Cool.
All right.
But about to get locked out.
He's trying to get a big contract from the Philadelphia Phillies.
And right now, maybe he's earned it. Not a big contract, because a big contract for the Philadelphia Phillies is, whatever the fuck they're paying Trey Turner and Bryce Harper. But
Zach Wheeler, Aaron Nola.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. They both recently got paid.
I got my first player.
Okay. Go ahead.
Teoscar Hernandez.
Okay. And why? Is
Like,
this one of those, you want a Dodger to be bad?
No. Sort of just like, come on. So, performs well in the first half. Wins the home run derby.
Yep. That does tend to be a bad sign.
You know where this is heading.
Yeah. No, I'll give you that.
So, and then this is where we see, Freddie emerge as the team's favorite and Shohei.
Yeah.
And Teoscar.
But, both of those guys already are. Teoscar is truly just...
But no, this is where we
playing,
see
the
them
hitter role.
thrive.
Yeah.
Teoscar's going to be so shit.
Yeah, he's already only batting .263 this year. But the OPS is 801, which is kind of the spot you want to be in. You want to be 8+.
I want to see Will Smith get active.
Is he hurt?
I don't think so. I think he's
I
playing.
just haven't heard about him at all.
He's just in no man's land right now. I think he's on the team and playing decent, but he's not playing at an all-star level.
That's kind of crazy to think about. 2019. Trust me. I guess he is
Was he the
playing.
backup catcher this year?
No way. I think they're platooning him. No, he played the 19th and the 20th, and then yeah. Okay, so maybe they're giving him like a day off a series. Seems like because he didn't play today. Oh wait, no, he did. They're just playing right now.
Scroll down, it'll tell you if he was an all-star.
What? He was an all-star this year.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Okay.
He's just there.
Yeah. He's
cool.
got a better batting average than Teoscar and a better OPS.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Will Smith.
Teoscar can shit the bed for all I care.
Fair enough.
And then come to the Braves and then be good again.
So this one is conditional. Brent Rooker. And it's not only if he gets traded away from the Athletics. Only if he gets traded to a contender will Brent Rooker fall off. Because, like, okay, let's just be honest here real quick. He fell off last year in the second half of the season, so I think it was just, like, a pretty easy thing to say this time around. But also, you know, the Phillies trade rumors don't help.
Fair enough.
Because, like, right now, he's fucking killing it. He's batting .294, which is insane for Brent Rooker. 22 homers, 65 RBIs. I don't want him to fall off necessarily, but we see it all the time where a guy gets traded to a contender and they play like shit. Because Brent Rooker has never played with the pressure of, like, you need to be good.
Yeah.
Like, that has not been the case in his time with the Athletics. So I think we're going to see a tough second half for him.
Fair enough. I've been holding off on saying this because I don't want you to be mad at me.
Okay.
But I have a pitcher that's probably going to start putting up some bigger numbers in a negative way.
And is that Reynaldo Lopez?
Yes.
Yeah. No, I think he will too.
I think teams are going to start figuring him out.
I don't even know if it's a matter of teams are just start figuring him out, but, like, we've never seen him in this sample size.
Exactly.
He's also 30 and a half years old. Yeah. Well into his MLB career. Can you scroll down real quick? Yeah, like, this is his first All-Star appearance. Most seasons, he hasn't even really been a starter. Like, he was a starter in 2018 and 2019. Since then, he's only started a max of 9 games. The last 4 seasons before this, he didn't start a single game. So it makes sense to think that a guy who, in prior years, was only pitching 40, 60, 80 innings a year, who's now already at 95.2 innings pitched, could struggle. Like, that's just going to happen.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of just makes sense to me, personally.
Fair enough. I just didn't know how you would react to it.
No,
so
like,
I didn't want you to punch.
It's all you, man.
Face. It was a fun game when we went and saw him pitch live.
Oh, dude, he looks fantastic in person. He really does. All right. I've got a team. Any of the teams in the AL Central. One of those teams has to fall off. All 3 of the top 3 teams in that division can't play well. That's not allowed.
Fair enough.
I know that, it's not like the White Sox are going to get in their way of winning games.
Yeah.
But between the Guardians, who are like one of the best teams in baseball somehow, because they've only lost 13 home games, then the Twins and the Royals, who are right behind the Twins, one of those teams has to fall off. It would only be fitting. Obviously, I don't want it to be the Twins because I think they're going to go to the World Series. But I think the Royals are probably the prime suspect. But the Guardians don't have the best pitching rotation, and they're also 3-7 in the last 10. So maybe that skid's already starting.
I'm sort of in the same boat with you, not with the AL Central, but the top 3 teams in the AL East.
Somebody's got to slow down.
My guess is the Red Sox. Like, the Red Sox are going to be the one to fall off.
Yeah.
But
there's nowhere to fall for the Blue Jays. Nowhere to fall for the Rays. I guess the Rays are, like, above 500, but still.
Yeah, like, they're still right there.
Yeah. And, like, they could make something happen. But if we're talking top 3 teams, I think the Red Sox are definitely the most potential for it. The Yankees have just looked pretty consistently good all year. Same goes for the Orioles.
I think it could be the Orioles that could be the team to fall off.
And I think what's fun about the Orioles is how young they really are. Could be good and could be bad.
We're getting into primetime baseball here.
Yeah, but we said the same thing last year, and they were the second. They had the second best record in baseball.
Yeah, and then what they do in the first series?
Exactly. But then again,
they made it.
What did the Braves do? They were the same way. So
shut up.
It's like, I don't know if the Orioles are going to be in that position because they have done this before, and maybe they have made the changes they need to. But also, they continue to get younger.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they have the same great role players around, but like. When you throw Westberg in this lineup regularly, Colton Cowser in this lineup regularly, and Kyle Stowers is kind of making his appearances as well, that changes things. Yep. And also, Grayson Rodriguez has become a pitcher they can rely on. Obviously, you've added Corbin Burns to this rotation, which gives you a veteran, fantastic arm on the mound. But there's things to be worried about. And also,
if they trade for a certain pitcher and get him, then it could be interesting.
Who is that certain pitcher?
The one from the Tigers.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, Jack Flaherty, of course. No, Tarek Skubal.
No, pitcher Javi Baez.
Would be interesting. Yeah. Honestly, he might be better at pitching.
He can't hit worth shit.
Yeah.
Instead of a DH, can they have like a FH? Or FO?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Fielder only?
Yeah. Or designated fielder, maybe.
DF.
DF. DTF. What? Down the field?
Down the field.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Anything else? Any other teams, players we think might fall off?
No.
Okay.
Mason Miller, hopefully.
Whoa. What?
Sorry.
Only if he's a Philly.
That was out of nowhere.
Only if he's a Philly.
If he's a Philly, I'm
falling off of something.
I'm going to sign up for Life Alert.
Yeah, that would be a tragedy. if Jesus, if the Phillies went out and just get one of the best relievers in the MLB, and he's also only 24 years old, I'm gonna be so mad. Because we're gonna have to deal with that for what?
Ever
10 more years? Closing pitchers can go a long ass time, especially if they're a good one. So
Craig Kimbrell's still pitching.
Yeah, that is crazy. It really is.
He's not bad.
No, he's really not. He's not Felix Bautista.
With the Orioles now, right? Yeah.
He's not Felix Bautista.
No.
But he can still pitch. All right. Now, if you didn't feel prepared for the last segment, you're going to feel real unprepared for this one.
Who?
You.
Oh, me?
Yeah. It's time to preview the Group of 5 conferences.
Yeah, I'm just going to say it.
Yeah, so I decided to shorten this up and just make the Group of 5 its own thing instead of having it obviously, dude, we're not going to put fucking 30 minutes towards the MAC preview. We put all the Group of 5 conferences together, so I went through and just found the guys that I liked at QB, wide receiver, running back, top 3 defensive guys.
Oh wow!
And then I also pulled up some of the top teams just to have an idea. Because look, we have teams that we need to talk about.
Yep.
And I knew that I was going to have to kind of take the lead here.
Oh, absolutely.
So I figure we can spark some conversation with these teams. We'll talk schedules for a couple of these teams, some of the big matchups as well. And then we'll also just quickly touch on the Pac-2.
I've started playing some NCAA, so I'm learning.
Okay. Have you chosen a rebuild team?
So I've only started Road to Glory.
Fair enough.
I committed to App State.
I like that.
Didn't play my first year.
Oh, that's brutal.
Transferred out.
Yeah, it's what, FCS Southwest?
Nah.
Yeah, how many stars
I was
you got?
a 3-star contributor.
3-star contributor, okay.
Yeah. But
let's be honest, you should be doing whatever the bottom tier is.
Yeah.
That's what I've been hearing.
They
said it's not a road to glory without doing the bottom tier.
Well, sorry, because I heard Ethan lost to Western Kentucky or lost to Alabama.
Okay, but Ethan, enlighten us, please.
I'm resident NCAA expert.
Yes.
So I did my road to glory.
Yeah.
2-star Purdue power back.
Nice.
4th string. I've seen the field once in a whole season. And I almost was academically ineligible for cheating on a test. They caught me 3 weeks later.
I don't even know what's happening. I haven't watched any content around the game either. So I just see the memes online where it's this like the girl blocks you and shit. But I really don't know what is happening in this game.
But
Also-
sorry, go ahead, Ethan.
In the 2031, watch out for Western Kentucky.
Yeah.
'Cause
He's
Ethan
doing-
Rosen
yeah.
is gonna lead them to
Yeah.
Natty.
Ethan Rosen's a hell of an offensive coordinator for Western Kentucky.
Yes,
I
will
transferred to Northwestern.
Okay.
Hmm.
You can make an impact there with Pat Fitzgerald.
Immediate starter. And I'm already 3-0 in the season.
Yeah. Also, Pat Fitzgerald got fired. But
Hear me out. I'm going to take down Oregon.
okay.
I'm going to take down everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to run the Big Ten.
All right.
Also, that 48-0 to Bama was the very,
Very
first
first
game
game.
I played.
Very first game of the rebuild.
Was
First game of the game. First time
Yeah,
playing the game.
Ethan, you'll be happy
Seven.
about this. My first game was against FCS Northwest.
Nice.
lucky you.
Nice. Yeah, Ethan. He won a college football playoff for the Hilltoppers,
Yeah,
and then
now we're
took the head coaching job at
yeah.
Ole Miss.
Whoa.
Hey, we made the first round of college football playoff my first year.
Bro, you started this today.
No, I started yesterday.
Oh, I thought you started the season today.
No, I ended at like the Egg Bowl last night.
Ethan, run me, bro.
We can't. We can only play 1-on-1. We can't play like Dynasty or anything together.
Why?
It's not
Because he's
crossplay
got
for Dynasty.
PS5.
We can play head to head or something.
Yep. All right. Enough of that. Enough of that. All right. Enough college football 25. We got the group of 5 to talk about here.
You're just mad because you can't play it.
I'm not mad because I can't play it. I've already stated multiple times that I'm boycotting the game.
You want me to buy you an Xbox?
If you buy me an Xbox, sure, I'll play it. But I'm boycotting the game till it's on PC.
I'll bring my Xbox over next time.
How about it, man?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's talk quarterbacks. Quarterbacks in the group of 5. You want to name a couple that you might know? Okay, cool. I'll start with one.
Liberty's quarterback.
Yeah, Caden Salter from
Yeah.
Liberty.
Oh,
very
I
good.
do know that name.
Yeah, there you go. He's played there for what? I think he's been the starter for 2 years,
'cause
3 years.
He was the one that got ran through by Oregon.
Yes, he is.
Like 45-6.
Yeah,
I think
no,
was the total.
they ran his cheeks, as Luke would say. Yeah, 45. Is that 6 or 8? Oh my God. Yeah, not a good day for him. And they took him out pretty quickly too. But Caden Salter, outside of that game, is extremely good. Like, he is a very good player. Really just a true dual threat quarterback. Rushed for over 1,000 yards last year, which is absurd. I think he's just gonna put them in a position where like they're gonna be amazing. Like, he almost had 3,000 passing yards. He limits the picks as well. He threw 32 touchdowns and he ran in 12. Like, that's just unbelievable. So Caden Salter is by far, in my eyes, the number 1 quarterback in Group of 5.
He's going to be the next Desmond Ridder of college football. Get his team a playoff spot.
Yeah,
And then get absolutely fucking demolished.
yeah, and we'll talk about them later, but they are likely the favorite to get that automatic bid.
And then let's see, next quarterback, Memphis.
Okay, you're just looking at my screen. Yes, Memphis is Seth Hennigan.
Whoa.
I really like him. I looked into some of the game film. He threw for over 3,300 yards his last 3 seasons, which is absurd.
Impressive.
Yeah, so now going into his senior year, he's never thrown double-digit picks. He's actually not bad on his legs when he needs to be. He had 5 rushing touchdowns last year. Really just like last year compared to his first 2 years, he took kind of another big step forward. The accuracy was up. The yards were up. Like, literally everything was up. It seemed like Memphis's offense ran through him much better. He was passing the ball more, like all sorts of things. The sacks went way down. The pocket presence is so much better. And also Memphis in general is just getting better. So the fact that he was able to score 37 touchdowns last year total and just be a key contributor for a Memphis team that played extremely well is a very good sign.
Yeah.
All right. My last guy is a guy that I'm a big fan of now. Byram Brown of USF. I've never really looked into him all that much, but he is extremely good. And last year, he was one of 2 quarterbacks to pass for 3,000 and rush for 800. The only other guy that did that was Jaden Daniels, who won the Heisman. So it definitely seems to be working for him as a dual threat quarterback as well.
203 carries?
Yeah, 203 carries is kind of insane. But he had 11 touchdowns on the ground. He had 26 passing touchdowns, 3,292 passing yards. And, he's a baller. And USF is actually going to be pretty good. I don't know if they're really going to contend for a spot this year, but he's definitely going to play really well. So those are my 3 quarterbacks to really look out for. Obviously, there's some other guys, but those were the top 3 guys I could find. Now on to our wide receivers, and it starts with Ricky White, who he's not just one of the best receivers in the group of 5. He's one of the best in the nation. Came from Marietta High School. Went to Michigan State. Yeah, fuck Marietta. They're now in Etowah's region. Michigan State. Kind of just didn't really get a huge chance there as a freshman. Didn't play in 2021. Transferred to UNLV for 2022. Played fine. Started to get some chances, and then last year just exploded. 88 receptions, 1,483 yards, 8 touchdowns. And I just think he's primed for another great season. He's a guy that people are really liking draft-wise as well. So looking ahead to the rest of the season, Ricky White is going to be a guy.
Looks not human.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And it just kind of keeps getting better. Jalen Royals is my next guy out of Utah State. This guy is also a dog, also from Georgia. This is not on purpose. He just happens to be from Georgia. And also, he was really good last year, and it was his first season. He was a redshirt freshman last season. And, yeah, he's just insane. Some were kind of surprised that he even returned to school, which is what some people were saying, which is kind of weird. People thought he was going to transfer out, maybe go somewhere better. But he stuck with Utah State, and he's a physical monster. Is kind of the big thing about his game. Only Rome Odunze had more contested catches last season in college football than Jalen Royals. I was blanking on his name.
Stats look good.
Yeah, last year he was phenomenal. 71 receptions, over 1,000 yards, and 15 touchdowns. It's pretty impressive. Ethan, do we have Torrey Holton ready from Colorado State? Horton, not Holton. Torrey Horton.
Not a Georgia guy.
No, not from Georgia, from Fresno, California. Still a dog. An absolute dog. Started his career in Nevada. Was not bad at Nevada at all. Made the move to Colorado State and exploded. 71 receptions, 1,131 yards and 8 touchdowns in his first season there. His second season, 96 receptions, 1,136, which is only 5 more than the prior year, and he also had 8 touchdowns. So I think it's pretty clear to say that he might just do it again. And also you might know of him because last year against Travis Hunter in Colorado, he had 16 catches for 133 yards. Yeah. So he is just a dog.
I thought Travis Hunter got hurt early in the Colorado.
No, it was later in the game.
Was it later?
Yeah. But, it was against Travis Hunter and Colorado. He wasn't guarded by Travis Hunter every snap.
You had the biggest grin when you were talking about against Colorado. You hate Colorado.
I don't hate Colorado. I hate people that think they're going to be good.
You hate primetime.
No, I don't. How could I hate Prime? He's literally one of the best, if not the best, Florida State Seminole ever.
All right. You hate Shedeur.
Oh, I'm not a fan of Shedeur. I wouldn't say I hate him. I think I hate the hype around him because he's not that good.
Fair enough.
All right. Let's talk running backs. Once again, not just one of the best in the group of 5, one of the best in the nation is Ashton Jeanty. I believe it's how you say it, or Jeanty, from Boise State. Dude is just one of the best, all-around running backs in college football. You're looking at the stats right now, Colin. Last year, 220 carries, 1,347 yards, 14 rushing touchdowns. He also had 43 receptions, 569 receiving yards, and 5 touchdowns. So, yeah, Ashton Jeanty is insane, and he's going to be doing it for Boise State, who I think is also one of the top teams that are going to be contending for one of those spots in the college football playoff. Our second guy, Mekhi Hughes from Tulane. Last year, he had 258 carries, 1,378 yards, 7 touchdowns, and he was a freshman. He was a redshirt freshman putting up numbers like that. And this year, he's just going to get to be a workhorse. Michael Pratt is gone, so your legendary passer for this team is gone. Now you're going to start sticking to the run game a little bit more. They had a change of head coach that I think would definitely lead to that as well. So Mekhi Hughes is primed for a big season at running back. And then our final guy, another Liberty guy, Quentin Cooley. Awesome name, just off rip. Started his career and was just kind of a reject at Wake Forest. Never really got a huge opportunity. And then just got to Liberty in 2023 and exploded. 221 carries, 1,401 yards, and 16 touchdowns last year for Quentin Cooley at Liberty.
He pairs well with Salter.
Yeah, those two being running threats is just absolutely ridiculous.
It's like Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, which is a duo that we will see this year as well.
Oh, man. I feel bad for defenses.
Yeah. The Falcons don't play them, though, right?
No.
Perfect. Yeah. And then on the defensive side, we got Ben Bell, the edge rusher out of Texas State. Last year, he was like splitting time at edge rusher, only started 7 games last season. He also set Texas State's record for 10 sacks in a season and had 16 tackles for loss. This guy wasn't even starting, and he put up numbers like that last year. So I can only expect that when he is starting and he's not being rotated out of the game, we're going to see some numbers probably better than that.
I was about to say, you said he wasn't starting where he is now.
Yeah, he definitely earned it. Over at Tulane, you got Patrick Jenkins, the defensive tackle. This guy started out his career at TCU, transferred to 2022, got the sack for the safety in the Cotton Bowl against USC that clinched them that game. That was a big deal against Caleb Williams. And then you had last season, he was just kind of a dog as a defensive tackle, putting up 11.5 tackles for loss and 5.5 sacks is very impressive on the defensive line. So just putting in work, I think he's just another guy that's just going to show out, especially on a good Tulane team. Our final guy is linebacker Jason Henderson. Now, this guy is at Old Dominion, and he's gritty. He is just a grit ball, I guess. Go ahead and just scroll down so Colin can see his 2023 tackle numbers. Yeah, he's insane.
51 solos.
Yeah, he led the country in tackles per game with 14.2 tackles per game, and was second in the country in total tackles. Yeah, he's ridiculous. The last 2 seasons he had. So 2023 had 167 total tackles. The year before that, 179 total tackles. He was a first-team All-American last year, and against Coastal Carolina, he had 22 total tackles in that game.
Excuse me?
Yeah. He also, I think, had 1.5 sacks in that game as well.
Damn.
Yeah. He is he's a fucking animal. He is. And he just looks like a linebacker. You can scroll up just so we can see his headshot, honestly. Look at that guy. He is a fucking linebacker if I've ever seen one.
Linebacker, American Eagle model. I can't tell.
Yeah, maybe. He has a wicked jawline.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I fuck with the facial hair. It's a little odd, but yeah, Jason Henderson looks like a fucking beast. And also number 42 is perfect for a linebacker. Are you mewing right now? Why are you mogging me, bro? Yeah, his brother Rizzler. Also, Dingman's Ferry, Pennsylvania. You've got to be a dog. You came from there. That's got to be so central Pennsylvania. All right, let's start talking about some teams to watch here in the group of 5. Let's start with Boise State. They are returning 18 starters across the board. Okay, can you stop mewing?
Sorry.
Thanks, man. Ashton Jaunty at running back, like we talked about. You had Malachi Nelson, the quarterback, transfer in from USC. He's going to be a big one. And really the big test for them this season is, like, how close can you keep it with Oregon? That's the biggest thing. So kind of their most important matchups this year. Obviously, Oregon is week 2, so that one's a huge deal. So
can we see an upset?
we could see an upset, but I think it's more just like, can you keep it within 14? If you keep it within 14, maybe even 21 with how good Oregon's supposed to be. If you can
Oregon's
keep it in
supposed
there.
to be the best team in the country.
Yeah, okay. Whatever, college football 25. If they can make it, if they cover the spread against Oregon, then maybe Boise State's for real. And I think the College Football Playoff Committee would see that as well.
Put up a better fight than Colorado did last year.
Probably. And then they also end the season against Pac-2 member Oregon State. So 2 important matchups, one very early in the season, one very close to the end, but a lot of other ones where they're kind of fighting against some of the teams that I'm going to mention, namely UNLV is a team that I think could maybe give them a run for their money, but we'll have to see with that one. But I think Oregon and Oregon State are the biggest games that Boise State's going to face this year. Let's talk about UTSA. They're a fun team. They have been pretty good for the last couple of years, but Frank Harris, the guy who's been leading them at quarterback, just graduated. So now Owen McCown steps in. Now, you've probably heard that name before. Not Owen, but you've heard of a McCown. It's his son. It's Josh McCown's son leading them at quarterback. He actually transferred to UTSA following the arrival of Coach Prime at Colorado. He was one of the guys that fell victim to that. But he was the backup last year for UTSA, and now that Frank Harris is gone, Owen McCown's going to step in, provides a guy who has been in college football, I think, already for 4 years now. Now he's getting his shot. I think it's just a guy that can take a chance and seize this opportunity. But on top of that, you've got running back Kavorian Barnes, who's looking to take his game just kind of to the next step after kind of the last 2 seasons just being the same kind of running back. He was consistently good, just didn't quite, reach that great level. But UTSA does have a couple of important games. Texas, if you lose by less than 3 touchdowns, that's impressive. I think kind of similar to that Oregon game, they can keep it even relatively close. Then I think UTSA, it kind of gets a win out of that one. And then Memphis is kind of the biggest one. And that Memphis one is perfectly timed because that's played on November 2nd. The first college football playoff ranking is going to come out November 5th. Those could be 2 teams that are fighting for that top seed in out of the group of 5 teams. So that one's going to be a big one to watch. Memphis, UTSA that weekend, because that is going to set the pace for what is to come with the rest of the college football playoff polls. So that's a big one for UTSA. Liberty, like we talked about, they're the favorite. Liberty they've got the best quarterback, the best running back they have the best quarterback and one of the best running backs in group of 5. They're a phenomenal all around. They got 2 of the top defensive linemen in Conference USA. Really, their only test, though, is App State. Like, Liberty does not really play anybody. It's kind of insane. Ethan, can you pull up their schedule? They kind of lucked out with this easy schedule. They don't play. I think they play 0 Power 5 opponents.
Kennesaw State, baby.
Yes, they do play Kennesaw State because they're in the Conference USA. But yeah, we're not beating them.
No, but you know who will? UMass.
I doubt it.
UMass has a great defense.
Okay, me and Ethan were talking about UMass earlier, actually. Western Kentucky. Shut up, Ethan. Yeah, I think. Okay, very cool, Ethan. You controlling the team beat Liberty. But yeah, okay, he simmed. He didn't even play. They lucked out with the schedule. But the thing is it's not about who has the best record in college football. We established that last year.
Did we?
I think so.
I think we had the best teams in there.
No. So it's not about who's the best,
Scarer.
What?
Who's the best scarer?
This isn't Monsters University. This is college football. It's not about who has the best record. It's about where you're ranked. And not having any big opponents to come out and look good against or upset could hurt them. I think that could be a big factor because now where they place a group of 5 team in these rankings is really going to matter. So I think that's going to be an important factor to look out for with Liberty. Let's talk about Memphis, though. We already talked about him, Seth Hennigan, probably the best player in the AAC. They returned 2 great receivers as well. The defense against the pass probably got a little bit worse since last year, but they bolstered up the defensive line. They get a chance now to prove themselves throughout the year because they have big matchups all throughout the schedule that are going to be really important games. I think I've got 3 here. You've got FSU week 3, which is simply just like put up a fight. Like try and put up a fight, and that's all you need to do.
See an upset.
We could see one. I'm going to be honest. I think they are a team that could give us a fight, especially because Coach Norvell is going to have a soft spot. That's where he came from. So we'll see. Or he's going to want to bite their head off.
Would you be okay?
Fuck no. I'm not going to be okay if Florida State loses a single game, whether that's to Clemson or fucking, I don't even know who's on the schedule. North Florida, probably. I don't know. I know we've got a couple of crazy-ass
Northern
cupcakes.
Alabama?
I don't think so.
I know that doesn't have a soft spot in your heart.
No. That is a hellish place that I try not to go back to. Charleston Southern is the cupcake this year. Yeah. Otherwise, it's a tough schedule. But yeah, Memphis, big one is Florida State week 3, and then you've got UTSA that last week before the college football playoff ranking as well. So big group of 5 matchups that we'll get to see in that week heading into it. That's November 2nd is that Saturday. And then also Tulane as their final game is also a huge deal. So Memphis could be kind of running a gauntlet here this season, and if they prove it, they're going to find themselves up at the top for sure because of the strength of schedule. Otherwise, they could get burned. Like, there's really no telling. App State is kind of always a contender in the Sun Belt. The problem with App State, though, is that the Sun Belt is clearly the best of the group of 5 conferences depth-wise. Mm-hmm. Like, there are teams all across this that could kick your ass, and they're coming for you. And also, their out-of-conference schedule is really tough. You got Liberty and Liberty and Clemson on this schedule for App State. That is tough. Like, that is really tough to deal with, especially because that's in the first 5 weeks of the season. You have Clemson week 2, which, yeah, it'd be nice to go in and win, but I doubt you're going into Death Valley and winning that game. And then Liberty, you bring them to home, which is nice. Boone is a hard place to play, some would say. I know Brock has his opinions about that because he voiced them to me the other day that he thinks Boone is overrated, but, whatever. But App State, yes, they do have to run the gauntlet, but Joey Aguilar is one of the top quarterbacks in Group of 5. They have a ton of talent on defense, so maybe they just will show out. They'll probably lose to Clemson, but if they run the table outside of that, they could also find themselves up there near the top. It's really tough with this Group of 5 stuff because it's really down to that strength of schedule because a lot of these guys have scheduled one team that they might lose to.
He's a great quarterback to learn from.
Yeah.
Aguilar.
Yeah, he's really good.
I was his backup.
Nice. How's that working for you?
I transferred out.
Yeah. But you're going to use that knowledge that you learned from him.
Absolutely. I'm already 3-0.
Hell yeah, man. Let's talk about Tulane. Willie Fritz, gone. So that definitely changes things. He headed to Houston. But John Summerall comes in from Troy, who is another team we'll be talking about. He's got experience with Tulane. He was the co-DC from 2012-2014. They've got Oregon transfer quarterback Ty Thompson coming in to fill the shoes of the best passer in Tulane history, Michael Pratt. I think if you can just ride off the back of the momentum that you've had from Pratt and Fritz, now I know they're gone, but this program has history now. This program has this esteem, and it's kind of, they've got the wind back in their wings since, back in the day when they were a successful program. Now they're back. They can ride on this momentum and hopefully continue to win games, win big ones. But the schedule does have 2 big tests, and they're back-to-back. Week 2, you play Kansas State. Luckily, they come to you. But the following week, you play Oklahoma in Norman. That's tough. That's going to be a really big test for Tulane. It's the biggest one of the season. If you can go and beat Oklahoma, because I think this could be a down year. We'll see. I think we could see a down year for Oklahoma. If you go in and beat them, who says you can't win every single other game on the schedule?
Yeah. I'm not sold on Jackson Arnold.
Me neither. I'm not the biggest fan of his.
White trash.
But we'll talk about him. We will talk about that team in due time. I assure you he will not be part of the top 3 quarterbacks in the SEC.
Maybe not even top 10.
He might not be. All right. Let's talk about Fresno State. How about them? The hometown of Shrek, Fresno.
Go Dogs.
Nobody's going to understand that joke, but Ethan might. Yeah, Fresno State. Go Bulldogs, like you said. Last year, this team won 9 games, and 2 of them were on the road at Power 5 opponents. Now, those Power 5 opponents were Purdue and Arizona State. So maybe we could throw an asterisk on the statement I just made, but Fresno State, I think, has got a chance to be really good because they returned 8 offensive starters. That is huge for a Group of 5 school, especially in the transfer portal era, to not lose teams to the draft, not lose players to the draft, not lose players to the portal, and continue to build upon what they already had. So this is big. Problem is you open up the season against Michigan. Now, Michigan could be really bad. We really do not know what we're going to get from Michigan. If I had to guess, probably not going to lose to Fresno State.
But you never know.
It's college crazier football. Things have happened. Don't forget that Marshall beat Notre Dame just 2 years ago. Marshall beat Notre Dame. And so did App State in the same year. So crazier things have happened than Fresno State potentially beating Michigan in the first game of the season. I just don't think it'll happen. And then they end their season against UCLA, which is also going to be a big test. I don't know how it's going to go for Fresno State. All I know is that they were a strong team last year, and if they took strides forward, they're going to be successful. Final team is Troy. Now, this one is probably the biggest long shot of the bunch, and it's primarily just because they're losing so much. Like, they lost their head coach, their quarterback, their lead rusher, their 2 top receivers, and most of their defensive production. But they also brought in a ton of great talent, and Jared Parker is now their head coach. He's got experience with kind of rebuilding offenses in his work. He's got 2 new coordinators to help him out. They're facing kind of the top 2 opponents on their entire schedule are week 2 and week 3, and that's on the road at Memphis, and that's on the road at Iowa. That is the proving ground for Troy. If they want to come out and really show something, Iowa is a team you can beat that will put you on the map. That is simply, that is possible. Troy can beat Iowa because we know what Iowa looks like. And they got worse since last year. So it's like, Iowa now weaker on the offensive line, weaker on the defensive side of the ball, weaker at punter, I guess. But Iowa is a team that Troy could just come out and beat and just take the world by storm.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with Troy. I like I said, I think it's a long shot because there's a lot of moving pieces in that team. But if they want to come out and prove something, week 2 and week 3, you could really make something happen. Now it's up to who is going to get the playoff bid. I think for me, it's between Liberty or Memphis.
I would probably say Liberty.
Yeah, Liberty's definitely the most likely to go undefeated. They're way more likely than any other Group of 5 to go undefeated. But I see Memphis' strength of schedule is better. Like, would you want a Memphis team that lost a close one to Florida State and won every other game, or a Liberty team that was undefeated but they didn't play anybody?
Probably Memphis.
Especially if Florida State is in the conversation for a playoff spot. That makes them look even better. That they kept it close. So, I don't know. I do think, Boise State always got a chance. App State's got a chance, but like I said, they're probably the most vulnerable to potentially dropping a close one with another conference opponent. But we'll see what happens. All right, let's talk. Do you have any other sneaky guys that can make it for that playoff bid?
No.
Okay. Let's talk quickly about the 2 remaining Pac-12 teams, just so that we have a bit of an idea of what's going on. Oregon State is fucked. Like, obviously their schedule isn't that hard. It's much easier than they used to be when you had to run the gauntlet of the Pac-12.
They're playing Oregon so early.
Yeah. Well, because they're no longer in their division, or they're no longer in their conference. It kind of throws things off. But, Oregon State lost everything this offseason. They lost their head coach to Michigan State. They lost their running back. They lost their quarterback. They lost their backup quarterback as well. They also lost their best offensive lineman. They are so fucked. Like, it is unbelievable. Oregon is going to stomp them in that week 3 matchup. Honestly, I think this team might lose 5 games on the schedule, and this is an easier schedule than they would have been playing in the Pac-12. Playing more of a Mountain West schedule, like you're gonna lose to Oregon. You might lose to Purdue.
I have them winning 4 games.
That's it?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay. Which ones? Idaho State, I would
Idaho
assume.
State.
Okay.
San Diego State.
Okay.
San Jose.
Oh, so a bad run from Oregon through Cal. They don't win a single one.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay.
And
then
then
I don't hate that take.
And then Air Force.
Yeah, I think Colorado State is probably beatable for Oregon State. We'll see. I'm not too high on Colorado State. Don't love Nevada either. So they could probably beat them. I think UNLV could give them a run for their money. I think the primary teams they'd lose to, though, are Oregon State.
Purdue.
Oregon, Purdue, Cal, Wazoo, and Boise. So that'd be 5 losses. Maybe even Air Force. Yeah, they're going to be bad. Let's see Washington State. Let's see what they're working with. I know they're also not working with much. Their schedule's maybe easier, other than obviously you're playing Washington.
This
but
is way easier than.
There is
Oregon
one
State.
thing I have to say. Why the fuck are we playing the Apple Cup on September 14th? It's a real goddamn rivalry. And I know Oregon State is too. But like the Apple Cup is awesome. I love that game. So yeah, I don't know. I don't like that. But otherwise, look, they're losing to Texas Tech. They're losing to Washington. They're probably losing to Boise State. Maybe even Fresno. That's probably it. They'll probably beat Oregon State. So 4 losses for them. It's not looking good for the remaining teams from the Pac-2.
The hot 2.
Yeah, the Pac-2. Yeah, that's it. That's it for the group of 5s.
Wow.
Yeah. I tried to run through it as fast as possible. I know that was probably dragging along, but
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I wanted to make sure we got some group of 5 representation because that's what we're getting in the college football playoff now. Yeah,
give them a little.
I wanted to show them some love. Let's run through some quick NFL stuff, quick golf things here, and we'll wrap it up. Kenyon Drake announced his retirement. Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
He's young, but I mean, he wasn't productive in the NFL.
Yeah, and he even said, like, I just want to spend more time with my family at this point.
Fair
so,
enough.
yeah, I can respect
why
that.
risk your body when a team doesn't really value you?
Yeah, definitely not. And also another guy who's kind of in a similar age range to Kenyon Drake, Shaq Barrett, only I think 31 years old, announced his retirement. Most notably, probably part of the reason in the offseason before last season, they had the incident, kind of more of a tragedy, where his 2-year-old child fell into the pool and drowned. So that, I think, probably changed some things for him, like mentally towards the game. And he also kind of stated, like, I need to be with my family more, like, it's more important now at this point. And I think, like, he's a 2-time Super Bowl winner. so
honestly,
he's in a position where, like, he's already achieved what he needed to in the NFL. Go achieve what you need to at home. In better news, the Ravens signed Eddie Jackson. That's insane. Eddie Jackson and Kyle Hamilton as the 2 safeties, and this team is going to be
the
ridiculous.
Ravens are just a Madden team.
Yeah, they really are.
Like, if they add one more good receiver, it's over.
Yeah.
Like, you're telling me if they land, like, tell me they get Devontae Adams, and
oh my
I'm just
God.
like, bro.
E, can you pull up the Ravens depth chart real quick? Like, this team is already ridiculous.
Yeah.
I
think their weakest spot is, like, receivers.
Yeah, which it has been for a couple of years.
Yeah, but
Zay Flowers,
bad guy.
Yes, bad guy, but
good receiver.
Yes, good receiver, bad guy.
Listen, he was on my fantasy team, so I can't.
Yeah, Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, Nelson Aguilar, not great.
Yeah, and Tez Walker.
Yeah, Malik Cunningham is a wide receiver on this roster.
Yep.
In case people were wondering, he was playing quarterback recently in Louisville. But also, Mark Andrews going to be back and healthy, which is nice. You have a fantastic offensive line. Your defense is awesome as well.
Isaiah Likely is basically a wide receiver.
Yeah, him and Mark Andrews are going to be utilized at the same time. We've gone too many times now where we had to wait for Mark Andrews to get hurt to see Isaiah Likely. He deserves to be in the game a lot.
Yeah, but jump into that secondary, man.
It's ridiculous.
Marlon Humphrey, Kyle Hamilton, Marcus Williams, and Eddie Jackson, bro.
Yeah, Eddie Jackson is technically the backup free safety, which is kind of crazy.
And I forgot, like they drafted Nate Wiggins.
Yeah, they
still have
speedy ass.
They still have T.J. Tampa, who's just coming off an injury.
Yep,
like dog.
It's insane. This defense is ridiculous. Justin Madubuike up front was insane last year. Roquan Smith is on this team, and so is Kyle Van Noy. Like, this team is so stacked. This has got to be like
it's got to be the year.
It's got to be the year.
It's not going to be.
No, it's probably not.
I want to see a Lions-Ravens Super Bowl. That'd be fire.
That would be sick.
Or
we're
Falcons.
We're going to be doing these predictions soon, so we won't spoil it now. Where do you think Brandon Ayuk's going to end up? Because he did formally request a trade.
I mean, I know a team that could probably be looking for a wide receiver.
I do too. You could be playing right here, right there. If you'd like, Brandon Ayuk, I'll trade myself. I'll go
be a 49ers fan.
Yeah. Me and Colin will trade ourselves to the 49ers in exchange for Brandon Ayuk and like a Lunchables or something.
Really? That's it?
Brandon Ayuk and a Lunchables. That's pretty valuable. I think that's more than what we're worth.
We're not even worth a Lunchable, man.
It's got the Oreos in it though, and a Capri Sun.
Which Lunchable though? Pizza?
Unfortunately, it's the ham and cheese. Imagine John Lynch on the phone with Terry Fontenot, like, I can only give you a ham and cheese Lunchable.
Be like, no, we want the chicken nuggets.
Yeah, Terry Fontenot's like, I need a pizza at least. Okay, enough.
This is what I got.
Yeah, enough. I think Brandon Ayuk's going to the Colts.
Okay. Up with Michael Pittman.
Yeah. I went in depth on that one on Friday's episode during the AFC South preview. I literally picked him to be a potential Offensive Player of the Year nominee out of the AFC South because I think he's going to be on the Colts.
Hey, fair enough.
Yeah, it'd be awesome, I think.
What about the Chiefs?
Fuck. I think they've put too much into their receiving core already. When you draft a guy in the offseason already, Xavier Worthy, you've got Rashee Rice, who obviously is going to miss a couple games.
Very bad guy.
Yes, bad guy as well.
Good receiver.
A lot of bad guys. Yep. Obviously Travis Kelce exists.
For now.
I guess he's a good guy. Is that the stigma for
he's
Travis
a Swiftie?
Kelce? Is that good? I don't know. He was in that Pfizer commercial.
Let me tell you. Let me just tell you something. I'd rather eat a ham and cheese Lunchable than be a Swiftie.
Okay. I'm clipping that. I would like Colin to get some hate for this. I have no vendetta against Taylor Swift. Did I say that? Oh, fuck. All right. Yeah, I'm back. I'm in with Colin. Fuck yeah. Okay, last thing, because I knew you wanted to talk about this. Gambling charges against Keyshawn Butte have been dropped.
Let's go.
And what advice would you have for him or any others that might find themselves in this situation?
Just use a different name.
No. Do not do that. All right, quick about golf. Xander Schauffele won the Open.
Shot 9
Royal
down
Troon.
overall, 6 down on this last round, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he shot a 65 on Sunday. Makes it a double major for the year. Yeah. Xander Schauffele is on a fucking heater.
You see, like, all the people who didn't make the cut?
It was kind of ridiculous. Honestly, the whole standings were kind of insane for the Open.
The biggest two that popped out to me, Bryson and Rory.
Yeah. Yeah, Bryson and Rory both not making it, especially Bryson being the last guy to win a major.
And then you have Wyndham Clark.
Yeah.
Didn't make the cut.
Brutal.
Tiger, unfortunately, didn't make the
Tiger
cut.
shot like plus 14 between Thursday and Friday, I think. It was a bad time at the Open for a lot of guys.
You know who made the cut, though? Chris Kirk.
Hell yeah. Shout out Etowah High School. Chris Kirk, the GOAT. Overcame alcoholism. Got back into the PGA.
Haven't we all?
That's weird. Okay.
I meant besides Ethan. Sorry.
I just think that's kind of like an odd. Don't want to, say like, oh, we've all overcome alcoholism. In case there is people out there that haven't and are trying.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's touchy subject for some, but yeah.
Can you cut that out?
No, we're not cutting it out. But I'm gonna look like the good guy.
Telling people I hate Taylor Swift, and then now this.
Yeah.
I'm such an asshole.
It's fine. We rambled along about the group of five so long, nobody's listening to this point.
Yeah.
So, we're no game time this weekend, today's episode. Colin, we're going to wrap this up here before I ask for your 4 questions. Make sure you like, 4 words. I'm all over the place.
We don't have to do 4 words.
No, we're definitely doing 4 words. Don't worry about that. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, turn on post notifications here on YouTube. If you're on the podcast platforms, rate 5 stars. Give us a follow there. If you want to stay up to date with everything, follow us on all of our social media accounts. It's all here right at the bottom of the screen. I hope everybody appreciates that we have better lighting in here for now. It is blinding us, personally, but it does look better, I think. At least I hope. Stop staring into that light, dude. You're going to have permanent damage.
I already do.
Yeah, that's fair. In your brain. Of course, join the Second Short subreddit, r/2ND short. Make sure you get those questions submitted by Thursday morning so that we can answer them on the episode, and they'll be out on Friday. I will see you later this week. Colin will see you next week. Please, 4 words.
All right. We got cricket. Oh, wow.
Cricket?
My voice just stopped. Yeah,
Okay.
Cricket.
Gotcha.
Coke.
Okay.
Crayon. Clay.
Cricket, Coke, crayon, clay. So obviously it's C's. For Colin. Fantastic. Colin, we'll see you next week. We'll catch you guys later. Peace.